Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip. Today, we do have some crazy stories for you, as well as a peek into the price action, because Bitcoin is right now just barely below $34,000 after a massive breakout to the upside, hitting some key resistance at $35,000. We're going to take a peek at some of these critical levels that are going on right now for Bitcoin, Crocoin, some of these other altcoins, Pepe getting an insane pump that we have got to talk about. Got a little update for you guys on Elon Musk, some food for thought when it comes to crypto, integrating crypto into Twitter. We got to talk about Sam Bankman-Fried in this video as he is now testifying in court. You got to see what he's saying in court right now because it is hilarious, and I think you guys need to be in this scoop on that one, as well as some more FUD about Binance and CZ. Now, I love the BNB token, but they have just been getting FUDded left and right. Fake news, valid news, but only talking about the negative in the headlines for that exchange has been a theme for the media. Is there something more to that? Let's look at the latest on that, guys. There's a lot to go over, but I'm so happy to be doing another live stream for you guys today. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing if you like this content. If you're been with us for a while and you're excited, tap that like button. Let's get right in and let's crow. Okay, guys, so right now the overall market cap is at 1.25 trillion, a very key level. We'll look at the overall market cap here in a second on the charts. But what do we see trending? Pepe token. We'll talk about Pepe here in a little bit. Pancake Swap, one of the largest DEXs on the BNB smart chain. Now remember, all the BNB FUD. What's trending? Pancake Swap, the largest DEX on Binance. Guys, that is for a reason. So as bearish as the news can be on Binance, you have got to look at the facts. Pancake Swap is trending. Right now, though, Bitcoin currently at $33,000 and change, $33,976 at the time of this stream, is a great price. 14.91% higher than it was 7 days ago, but down from our highs the other day. Bitcoin was basically at almost $700 billion market cap the other day, back down to 663, but still a really incredible rally out of this massive market cap coin. Almost $150 billion in the last month came into Bitcoin. Absolutely incredible. Ethereum at $1,778. Binance token still hanging on. Nothing's really moving. Something you do see slowly trickling up, though, it's kind of sneaky, is XRP. Sneakily, just climbing steadily each day. I've noticed that trend for a while. Solana is still crushing it, which is great to see. I did just see that Ben Armstrong recently called himself the Sultan of Solana. Definitely made me chuckle. Let me know what your thoughts are on that in the comments down below. Oh, Ben. Dogecoin right now up 17% over the last 7 days. Compared to Bitcoin, actually a little bit higher. Could it be because of the anticipation for what Elon Musk is going to do next? Absolutely. I mean, that's what I think is going on with Dogecoin. You equate Dogecoin to Elon Musk, and if you don't, then you just haven't seen some of the things that Elon Musk is saying out in the media. So let's talk a little bit about that in a bit. But there is a lot going on. Looking at some of these other tokens right now, Chainlink up 44% over the last 7 days, guys. Chainlink is absolutely crushing it right now. A lot of people have made a lot of money leverage trading Chainlink. I've seen on Twitter. Definitely a coin to consider for the next bull market. Polygon, also a great one. A lot of great tokens out there. Let's look at Cronos. Currently at 5.9 cents. We did hit 6 cents the other day. Crocoin's finally starting to get a rally back to $1.5 billion market cap. I'm so excited for the future of this project, guys. But let's get a little more specific, guys. Let's get a little bit more specific. Let's talk about the S&P 500. Good morning, Cryogenics. Good morning, Sushi. Astro Art, good to see you. Got your icy white card. Very beautiful. You know, guys, I think those card benefits for crypto.com are going to get better. But we'll come back to that. Let's look at the S&P 500. Right now, guys, what we're looking at is the 12-month intervals. These are the yearly candles for the S&P 500. This goes all the way back to 1962. And what I want you guys to see and recognize is this. When you look at these candles, guys, you don't see ever a time where all of a sudden we have a red candle, a green candle, and then another red candle. We do not have a year where there's a bullish year, a bearish year, a bullish year, and then a bearish year. We don't ever see the market choose to go back and forth. Don't take my word for it. Look at this chart right here. This was an interesting thing that I was peeking at, and I never see, the closest we had to it was back in 1983 and 1986. You can see, guys, 84, 85 were bullish, and then we were bearish again. So what's my point? Right now, guys, the S&P 500 is diverting itself from Bitcoin, and it's very interesting to watch. Bitcoin came down in 2021 just like the S&P 500, but now Bitcoin's up 100% basically. It's up 60% since the beginning of the year. The S&P 500 is barely hanging in there. And so what you're seeing is S&P 500 go down, or Bitcoin going up at least faster than the S&P 500. The correlation is getting broken between Bitcoin and the S&P 500, which people see as something very bullish. But what I want you guys to remember is that doesn't necessarily have to continue happening. The more that happens, the more bullish it is for Bitcoin, because then it shows people are fleeing away from fiat currencies and traditional stocks into Bitcoin as the reserve currency of the world. I think that's the story that it tells. But look at the S&P 500, because we have a bullish year, a bearish year, which was last year. And now we're looking at the 12-month candle here, and we are seeing this thing try to flip green. If it flips green, I think we get more bullish continuation upward for the S&P 500, which would time exactly perfectly with the events that happen in the markets leading up to a presidential election, typically a bullish year, and when the Bitcoin rallies, guys, it's going to go up, obviously, in this halving event that's coming up. The S&P 500 is likely going to go up as well if this turns green. If not, maybe we do get that U.S. recession. Maybe Bitcoin continues to rally. Be a great story for Bitcoin. It would be a bad story for the S&P 500. But that could be a catalyst for some of the bigger gains than we've ever seen. If this candle turns red, it makes me more bullish on Bitcoin and more bullish on the idea that maybe Bitcoin is finally splitting off from its correlation with the S&P 500. So something to consider. But just to peek, I guess, let's look at the week for the S&P 500. Very red this week. And so hard to say. We came up a little bit from yesterday, but we are still generally red for the S&P 500 over the last 2 weeks. If you're investing in the traditional market, you probably want to see a rally there, even if you're holding Bitcoin. But anyway, let's look at Bitcoin, guys. So Bitcoin bounced off the $35,000 price level back on the 23rd, or actually is that the 23rd? The 24th, excuse me, and on the 25th, okay? 2 days where Bitcoin actually hit $35,200 almost. But we are rejecting off what we like to call resistance, and we are currently bouncing off support, and a support that I didn't expect to come. I drew this in a couple days ago after we kind of bounced off of it back on the 24th. But now we are seeing it really bounce off this $33,000 level. If it can hold this level, then we might see some of this action. And until we break down below this, breaking through $35,000 is still on the table, and so we could get some bullish continuation there potentially. But if we break down below this support, then it's not a great support at this time yet. You'd have to zoom out for longer time frames to kind of see where we're at there. But if we break down through this, maybe we come back down to 32K, possibly even down to 30,000 once again. The more that this thing keeps going up and the more that Bitcoin remains elevated around these levels, the less likely it becomes, guys, that Bitcoin comes down to 19,500 or down to this $21,900 price level. So we'll have to keep an eye on that for you guys. But a real story that you need to consider is the overall market cap. Now, we've been talking a lot about Bitcoin versus altcoins. Look at XRP versus Bitcoin, guys, as a great example of something that has been trickling up. But it's still coming down versus Bitcoin. Crocoin, Binance coin, everything's still coming down versus Bitcoin because Bitcoin had an insane rally. Now, the overall market cap is the key to look at. If you want to see altcoins continue to have massive rallies upward, like we've been seeing since Bitcoin split away from the pack, from the S&P 500, and moved from $27,000 all the way up to $35,000, then we need to see these candles continue to climb for the overall market cap of crypto. Right now, there's $1.24 trillion in the overall crypto market. We are rejecting off this level. These are the monthly candles. If we go down to the daily candles, you can see a little bit clearer that we definitely are trying to reject off this. What is it? It's resistance, guys. Where do we have next support? At $1.07 trillion and especially at this $1 trillion level, which is historically the strongest support for crypto. It was the most difficult to break through, but is the most commonplace for Bitcoin and the crypto market to bounce off of. And so I'll be keeping an eye out for this. If this can bounce down to this $1 trillion level again, then you better bet, guys, that your favorite altcoins like Crow, even though we've had a beautiful rally up to 6 cents away from 5 cents, if the crypto market tests that $1 trillion threshold again, we're going to come back down likely to 5 cents, maybe to 5.3 cents, most likely target. We continue to break down. Bitcoin breaks back down into the $28,000, $29,000 region, back to 30K. Then we would expect to see somewhere in this range. 4.5 and 3 cents, guys. A lot of people have been critiquing the prediction for the 3.3 cents. And honestly, it makes me chuckle because Crow doesn't have to hit 3.3 cents, guys. Crow doesn't have to hit 4.5 cents. I never said that it absolutely has to hit those levels. I just said that it could. And it still can, and you can hate me for it. It's okay. You can thumbs down the video, but I urge you to stop and consider this for 1 second. All we're looking at, guys, are key levels. Now, the more that we turn resistance into support for Crow, I tweeted this out earlier today, the more likely it is that we continue upward, and the less likely it is that we have a chance at coming down to 4.5 cents or 3.3 cents. But these levels, guys, are very important to consider. It's possible. It's possible. And if you don't keep an open mind, then you're somebody that if you're a trader, you're at risk of getting wrecked. I don't want to see anybody get wrecked. I don't want to see any liquidations for anybody out there. I also hate to see this, guys. I hate to see some FUD. Binance and CZ getting more FUD. Unbelievable to see this again. Another negative news headline about Binance. Binance's CZ, his wealth falls about $12 billion as trading revenue slumps. Look, his wealth dropped to $17.2 billion. It's down about $12 billion. Why? Because crypto's in a bear market. So in what world is only having $17.2 billion a bad thing? Because this is kind of the idea. You know, it slumps. Well, it does slump. It is slumping. His wealth is down. But who cares? You have $10 million. Who cares? You know, you got $17.2 billion. You have nothing to ever worry about again in the world. If this shows anything, guys, it shows that not how bad Binance is doing right now. It shows how incredibly successful it is. They're down $12 billion, still have $17.2 billion, and it's in a bear market. Just as we expected, guys. Just as we expected. So when you look at the Binance price, you know, guys, don't be fooled. It's holding on very strongly. And let's talk about this crypto slump that they're talking about. Because remember, guys, Bitcoin actually broke out from 27,000 to 33,000. We're kind of getting out of that slump. So the timing of this story, talking about a crypto slump, makes no sense to me. Crypto's rallying right now. And look at Pepe. It's up 60% over the last month. In the last year, really, guys, it rallied up to $500 million market cap. Almost $250 million flowed into this coin back since October 18th. So in 10 days, all of a sudden, this market, Pepe, meme coins rallied. Remember, the slump. They're talking about the slump for CZ and Binance. That slump is coming to an end, guys, because not only are the meme coins rallying, but remember, who wins when massive liquidations happen in the crypto market? Anybody? Bueller? I'll give you the answer. It is the exchanges, guys. Just look at the numbers. $275 million worth of shorts were liquidated on the 22nd, another 153 on the 23rd, another 69 million on the 24th, and then so on and so forth. And just look at the bull case too. The longs were liquidated. $132 million worth of longs were liquidated on the 23rd, and then again 60 million, and then 90 million on the 24th and 25th. Guys, when those liquidations happen, the exchanges win. When these liquidations happen back when 30K Bitcoin dropped down to 25K again back on August 16th, exchanges made a lot of money. And who's at the top of the list? Binance. Binance always. And that's because everybody's focused on Binance. There's a story that you got to keep an eye on when you look at the data for crypto. Let's look at the percentage returns for Bitcoin. Look at Q4. Things are up. I don't know why the media tries to focus on the negative. Well, actually, I do, because there's an agenda. The media is on the side of the banks. Politicians are typically on the side of the banks. We do see some pro-Bitcoin politicians. I'm excited for the future in the election when people start talking more and more about Bitcoin and crypto. It's going to be a good thing because I'm sick and tired of the bad things. Let's give you guys an update on FTX's founder, Sam Bankman-Fried. Now, yesterday he was supposed to testify. It was actually postponed, but today he is testifying. And so here are some live updates that are going on. and they are bashing Caroline Ellison, and Sam Bankman-Fried is saying that he knew basically nothing about cryptocurrency fraud. Caroline Ellison, his ex-girlfriend, his ex-business partner, the leader of Alameda Research, who he was living in a mansion with, along with all the other executives who are claiming now they're pleading guilty and they're testifying against Sam Bankman-Fried. They're all saying that he knew exactly what was going on, and he's saying that he didn't. Who wins? Not Sam Bankman-Fried. He's not going to win this case, guys. Sam Bankman-Fried will be behind bars. This reminds me of the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial for some reason, just because it's such a sought-after trial. Everybody's looking for the pieces to this puzzle. But the facts are facts, guys. Sam Bankman-Fried is so guilty. And truthfully, so is Caroline Ellison, and that's why she's pleading guilty. I would like to see all the folks involved in this see some time behind bars. Sam Bankman-Fried, most of all. But Caroline Ellison, she can't get off either. She can't get off too easy either. Just because she did a plea deal doesn't mean she should only get, a week in jail or something. She deserves some serious time. She deserves some serious penalty. They certainly still don't deserve to be billionaires or millionaires. And so that's the thing that's going to be most upsetting to me is looking at this. And even if Caroline serves like a year in jail, if she's still a millionaire, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be mad. And you should be too, because these people will constantly find ways to mess with regular Joes like you and me, like people that are trying to build a name for themselves, like people that are trying to build wealth for themselves and for their families. They're messing with your money, and they did it knowingly, and he's lying in court saying he knew basically nothing. What a liar. What a scam con artist. Let's talk about something positive for crypto. 1 year ago, today, Elon Musk purchased Twitter for $44 billion. Now, some people like Elon Musk. Some people don't like Elon Musk. But remember, guys, Elon Musk has talked time and time again about Bitcoin. First of all, you were able to buy Bitcoin or Teslas with Bitcoin. They took that away. He pledged to bring it back, which he did, I believe, when 50% of the Bitcoin that was mined with renewable energy. That threshold was passed this year. They're bringing back Bitcoin payments to Tesla, which is great. Elon Musk bought this company with the intention of trying to make it better. And one of the ways that he wants to make it better is by integrating crypto, not just Dogecoin, crypto into the app. What for? So you can buy ride shares with it. You can buy things in your Amazon cart or whatever he implements into the system. So you can start buying things and using it as a commerce site, using it for a multiple variety of reasons. And I think he's going to do it. Keep in mind, guys, this only happened 1 year ago. And so when I look at this story, I just think, what a bullish tale for crypto. Look at all the times that Elon Musk has influenced a crypto pump. Look at how crypto-focused Twitter is. And if Twitter keeps getting better and more people have more things to do on it, and more people start using Twitter because he actually makes it better, then that could mean, in turn, that more people buy Bitcoin, buy Dogecoin, buy crypto, which is yet another bullish thing, not only for CZ and Binance, even though he gets negative news, but for your bags, guys, for any coin that you guys are trying to hold out there. Those are some of the main stories that I was peeking at today, so I wanted to share that up with you guys today. Let me know what kind of questions you guys have in the chat. Let's do a little bit of a Q&A, folks. Let's do a little Q&A. Let's see what's going on. All right. Chi-Sox fan for life. Good morning, Chicago. Set up my reoccurring buys for Crow and BTC. Buying the Crow and BTC, two of my favorite tokens, really. Bitcoin, can't ever go wrong with Bitcoin. I mean, if you're a crypto person and you don't have Bitcoin, I don't know what you're doing. But I'm not a financial advisor. That's up to you guys. All you can do is do your own research, right? And try to build your bags as best as you can so you can make some money in this bull market. The Infinity says the S&P 500 at 3950 or less, short to midterm. So Infinity, you think that the S&P 500 is going to crash some more. You know what? It might. You might be onto something, but I'm going to be very curious, again, to watch that yearly candle for crypto, for the S&P 500 to see what kind of theme we get going on, because we've never really seen a time where we flip bullish, bearish, like back and forth in the market. You typically get rallies, one bearish year and then a bunch of bullish years, or you get, several bearish years in a row, which I find it hard to believe that we're going to get several bearish years leading into a presidential election, because typically when politicians want to get elected, Joe Biden administration, all that. They want the economy to do well, and so they're going to manipulate what they can to make a bull case happen. Don't believe me? Just look at the history, guys, and see historically what happens with the S&P 500, traditional market leading into a presidential election year. Again, that's not financial advice. There's no guarantees with that, but historically, it is a concept that you have to be aware of. If you're trying to trade the S&P 500, try to trade the traditional market. If you're trying to trade at all, guys, it's just something to be aware of. What else is going on? Astro Ant has an average price for Crow of 5.3 cents. Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, if Crow goes back to $1, there you go. You got 20x gains. Absolutely incredible for you, my brother. I would be very happy to see that for you. We got 23 viewers, 9 likes. If you guys want to do me a favor and you love some crypto and you love the content, X out of live chat, tap that like button, guys. It makes my day. Sorry for the late live stream, by the way. I did have a final presentation in my sales job, which I closed the deal, I think. Fingers crossed. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. But we're trying to close deals, guys. It's a multifaceted approach. You know, in life, people talk about the side hustles. I got my side hustles, guys. Crypto is a side hustle, right? YouTube, it's actually a side hustle, right? One day, who knows? Maybe it's the main show, right? Maybe the YouTube channel is my absolute everything. I want to continue to put more and more time into this, but I do love my job. I'm going to continue to do this job. I love my work. I want to continue to earn money, income, so that I can continue with my dollar cost averaging strategy. I have it up here for a reason, guys. I don't know if maybe you're newer to the channel, maybe you're not, but I keep this up there. I drew this when I set up my studio. And I love it. I think it's one of the most important things to remember. Just dollar cost average is one of the easiest strategies, folks. It really, really is. Okay, hopefully I don't knock this over. Let's see. Okay, we're good. Nothing fell. It might fall. It's just going to fall in the background. That'd be ridiculous. But it's important, guys. It's really important. By the way, I'm not a great artist, so if you notice my lines are a little squiggly, I don't know. It's a fun fact about me. I write in all caps. I don't do lowercase letters. I don't know. Don't judge me. Cryogenics is asking, how is my main city? Did you make changes to your strategy? That is a great question, Cryogenics. You know what? Let me try. You know what? I'll show you that on Monday. Okay. But yes, I did. Thanks to everybody in the chat. I learned something from you guys because a lot of the Crow fam watches these streams. And my strategy wasn't so good with the Loaded Lions main city. So what I did instead, and I got to actually log back in. I haven't looked at it in about a week. I've been so busy. I've been focusing on your content out here, guys. I've been focusing on my work. I have all these deals that are pending right now. It's busy season for me. But I have changed my strategy for the Loaded Lion main city, and it's much better. And what the strategy is, like you guys suggested in the chat, and it seems to be working, is using my diamonds not for boosters, but using my diamonds to focus and my money and focusing on upgrading all my lowest ranking properties, businesses, and then building those up and then not upgrading my best ones immediately. And so that's been working for me. I'll give you guys a visual update on that later on, but great question. Michael Artezi asking, should we buy any Crow right now or just wait until the BTC halving? Well, it's a great question. Again, I go back to dollar cost averaging. Now, I can't tell you one way or another. Michael, you have to choose for yourself, but something to consider. Crow coin is going down versus Bitcoin right now. Okay, Michael, you asked the question, so I'll pull up the chart for you, my brother. Give me 1 second. Oh no, my chart. Okay, I'm good. I got it. Don't panic, anybody. Okay, so looking at the chart, Michael, this one's for you. You will see that Bitcoin, this is Crow coin versus Bitcoin, by the way. Crow is very, very close to its historic bottom versus Bitcoin. Only 18% more downside. Now, is there a chance that... Okay, everything's going to be fine. Now, looking at this, is there a chance that we don't come any lower? Absolutely. Because you can see... another one's coming. There's a trend line. Okay. All right. Everything's going to be fine. There's a trend line you can kind of see where we're making higher lows for Crow versus Bitcoin. Oh boy, I need a tissue. Wife, can you be a hero? I need a tissue. I'm sorry, guys. I got dust in my nose. My wife's a hero. She's my best friend. She's my best teammate, and she's gonna save my life with the tissue. I hear the footprints. Yes. Oh, toilet paper. Perfect. Thank you. I'm gonna mute my mic. Life's good again. Okay, thank you, baby. So now, guys, what I was looking at is there is a chance that Crow versus Bitcoin does not continue to make lower lows. There's a chance that, Crow coin versus Bitcoin makes higher lows. What do I mean by that? Look back on May of 19. Here's a low for Crow versus Bitcoin, but then look at 2021. And you can see here's another low for Crow versus Bitcoin, but it's a higher low. And here is another higher low for Crow versus Bitcoin. Now, is there a chance that my lowest level is something that actually occurs and we do see Crow versus Bitcoin come down another 17, 18%? Yes, there's a chance. There's certainly a chance of that. It's something I've been talking about. If I saw a bounce off there, I'd feel really good about Crow rallying against Bitcoin. Just my personal take on it. But also, I feel really good about Crow rallying versus Bitcoin, honestly, from this moment forward. But, Michael, to my a point that I need to acknowledge is you will see other times where it will rally, right? Look at Crow again. Here, we bounced off the bottom. What happened? It came up. It came right back down pretty quickly. These are monthly candles. So, in 2 months' time, it came back down, went up let's call it 100%, and then came down 50%. And test some other levels. So I expect something like that to happen. Maybe we come up to this trend line up here, which would make a lot of sense, kind of reject back down to this level. And again, this is value versus Bitcoin, okay? In terms of dollars, maybe we are close to the bottom. Maybe we come back down to 5.3 cents, 5 cents on the dot. Look, 4.5 cents, is it possible? Yeah. Is 3 cents possible? Yeah. Is it likely? Every day it's less likely. I don't want to see those prices happen. Are they possible? I'd be dumb not to acknowledge that they're possible. And so, look, it's a dollar cost averaging strategy that I support the best. If you don't own Bitcoin, I like when people have Bitcoin and then they dollar cost average into more Bitcoin and some of their favorite alts. But keeping the allocation focused on some of the bigger cap coins is typically safer, leading to the halving event. When the halving event comes, then I start to consider typically more altcoins like Crow coin and buying in bigger quantities compared to the purchases I'm making for Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's just my strategy. Feel free to use your own, guys, because I don't know the future. I can just look at the past. I'm not an expert by any means. This is not financial advice, but I do have a lot of experience in the market, and that's my take on it. And so I hope that it helps you guys. I just want to give you what my experience has been, whether I'm a winner, whether I'm a loser, whatever the thing is. I want to give you guys the facts so you can make the most educated decisions for yourself. I hope that answers your question, Michael Artezi. Thank you for the question. I appreciate it. He's allergic to the bear market, he says. Pepe's back up to 4x. Can't wait to see what it's. Oh, you're still holding, Sushi. You got a 4x on Pepe. Asking, is it better to DCA on the way up or the way down? Or is it the same? Well, technically, a true dollar cost averaging strategy will be dollar cost averaging through it all. That's the most realist. That's the one I've been using. Dollar cost averaging through absolutely everything. But technically, you're best off buying it at the bottom and saving cash. If you can predict the bottom, buy it at the bottom and only buy it on the way up. But again, now you're playing the game. Time in the market beats timing the market. And so how good are you at timing the market? Nobody's perfect at it. If everybody was good at it, we'd all be billionaires, just like CZ with $17 billion, which is apparently a problem according to CoinDesk. Makes me laugh. All right, guys, 36 viewers, 17 likes. If you guys want to do me a favor, if you like this content, if you like the analysis I'm giving for you guys, and I feel like I'm getting better at the TA, you know what? It's a learning curve for everybody. You'll watch. It'll get more technical for me. It'll get more technical for you. You guys will start to pick up on this more and more. It's just naturally how it goes. The more time you spend on this, the more you subscribe to a channel, turn on your notification bells, not just my channel, but all your favorite crypto channels, and just keep thinking crypto, keep learning about crypto, keep learning about TA, the better off you'll be, guys. Anyway, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have one more thing that I want to share with you guys, okay? Mindset is key, all right? When it comes to trading cryptocurrencies, there's a lot of volatility. And so it's very easy for you to do two things. One, FOMO, fear of missing out. And I got a lot of people texting me right now with FOMO. Everybody that I know is texting me about Bitcoin, okay? That's when you have to be careful. Everybody's talking about it. Thanksgiving dinner, your uncle and your cousin are going to talk to you about Bitcoin because you're that Bitcoin guy in the family. If you're watching this, or gal, you're that Bitcoin guy or gal in your family. Everybody's going to be talking about it. That's why I believe there's another capitulation event coming. Don't be caught up in the FOMO. I'm not saying don't buy. I like dollar cost averaging strategies. That warrants buying every week, every month, every day, whatever you want to do, right? But don't get caught up in the FOMO. And also, don't get caught up in the fear, right? All of a sudden, if you're say you did FOMO and you bought it at 35K and now it's down today. Don't go, do what you got to do. But I would never buy it at 35K in this moment and then sell it at 33 because, oh no, it's coming back down. Crypto Kip says there's a big resistance at $35,000 and Bitcoin's coming back down to 30K. No, you don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen. There are key levels that we consider, but are you buying this for the long term? Are you holding it for the long term? Or are you panicking into the market and panicking out? Because if you're panicking in and you're panicking out, you're going to lose. If you are buying over the long term and your time in the market is your strategy instead of timing the market, you're going to be better off, guys. You're going to be better off. And so I support anybody that's doing that. Guys, that's all I got in this one. I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Don't forget to smash up the like button. Subscribe to the channel for more crypto content. As always, folks, you got to remember, DCA, HODL. I'll see you next time, guys. Peace.